Check it out. We may be looking at this for the last time. Actually, it's not even labeled. This is in a completely different spot, but I wanted to start off at Target because I saw the Ms. Pac-Man countercade. There was one remaining here, and it's just funny how these keep showing up. They sell out, they show up, and kind of the funny thing about it is we did get a blue Ms. Pac-Man this year, didn't we? It's just a countercade. And we got it at Target. It's tempting picking this up, you know, I mean, because every time we do see these, I always think this is the last time, and countercades really made a comeback this year, didn't they? Really gotta look all over Target when you do see these come in on your app, like it shows in stock. It's never in the right place, the same place that you saw it the last time, but yeah, I just wanted to show this off one last time because just for posterity, you might not see it again. Oh, and check it out, Shredder. Shoppers are out in force tonight. Just a few days from Christmas, just leaving Target. It is a madhouse in there. Luckily, that Ms. Pac-Man was still there. I highly doubt it will be there the next time we come back. And just making our way to Mr. Fox. Hello, Mr. Fox. It's been actually a week, 2 weeks since we were here last. How you doing in the cold? Not as bad as it's been. We got some breaking news last night about CES. Arcade1up not making an announcement, not gonna be there. You know, it's kind of doom and gloom. Did a follow-up video, and I had an idea for a video tonight. I mean, just look at all these cars. You're getting a great look over here, Mr. Fox. All the shoppers, the 11th hour, getting all their Christmas shopping done. Welcome to this Wednesday night, as a recording of this Wednesday, December 20th, 2023. Gonna keep saying 2023 as much as I can, because you know what? I mean, we're not gonna be saying it much longer. Gotta get it in while we can, kind of like Arcade1up, getting in all they can with previous releases. And we saw the whole rehash for 2023. Mr. Fox is just eavesdropping here. And I think that continues 2024, but we will see some new releases. So there's some good news, and it's not bad news, but not the best news. Let's put it that way. So news. And that's what I wanted to talk about tonight. Michael B does a video on the latest update that Arcade1up isn't going to be at CES. They're not going to announce anything, and doesn't mean that we're not going to get anything. It's just, you know, we'll get into why they're not going to be there. It's obvious money. Why set up a booth? Why do all that when they can just make an announcement on Twitter, post something on their YouTube channel that, hey, we got something coming out. And I'm going to get into when I think we'll get something new and what their plan is for the first quarter of 2024. Welcome to this Wednesday night walk and talk, as a recording of this Wednesday, December 20th, 2023. Try to get Mr. Fox here in the shot, kind of eavesdropping over my right shoulder. So Michael B, the Game Genie, had a video yesterday about Arcade1up not going to be at CES. I did a follow-up video kind of talking people, don't hit the panic button, talking people off the ledge. It's not doom and gloom. This is just, they're not going to be there. It doesn't mean we're not going to get anything. And I think there's some good news and some not so great news for 2024. Not bad news, but I'm going to get into what I think Arcade1up's going to do for the first quarter and when we will see something new. Not rehashed, not XLs, partycades, countercades. We will see some new releases. I'm going to say 3 releases we're going to get. New releases. And I'm not talking like Star Wars XL, because that's a rehash, right? Not saying we're not going to see a Star Wars XL, but that's not going to count as a new release. I'm going to give you my thoughts on when I think we'll see something, what those can be, and what happens in between. So I heard that Rent-A-Center and Get It Now, I think these are like sister companies, carry Arcade1up. So I'm going to look in the windows here. If there's an Arcade1up anything, we'll run in, we'll check it out. You know, we always do our intro right here. This whole time, could there actually be Arcade1ups that Get It Now? I'm not seeing any Arcade1ups, but Yeah, because I did hear that somebody bought Golden Axe from, I want to say, Rent-A-Center for like $170 because they weren't moving. Kind of thought that was like the Pac-Man XL, having a Costco moment here. But I said, you know what the heck, our intro's right down here. Just kind of pop in here and see. I didn't want to just walk in and start wandering around because, you know, they're going to think you're going to buy something right away. But it would have been neat to see an Arcade1up in there, but nothing at this location. It's probably an online thing. So what do we do while we wait for new releases? And I think a lot of us have an agreement that it's going to be June until we see something. And I say June because most people who pre-ordered the At Games ALP 4K will get these in April. End of March, beginning of April. You're gonna see so much coverage on those pinballs for pretty much the whole month of April. Why would Arcade1up even let At Games have April? May comes around, Arcade1up says, we're giving you a new cabinet. Here's the title, we get them in June. They'll announce it in May, we'll get it in June. I think that's the first time in 2024 we'll see a new release. Not a rehash, not like an XL, a Partycade, a Countercade, but a brand new title. We got Super Mr. Fox here, looking at all the people coming into Target in the shopping center tonight. Will any of these people be picking up that Ms. Pac-Man Countercade? Thursday GameStop, right across the parking lot. I'm gonna run in. I want to pick up a prize for Nostalgia Power Saturday morning, this Saturday morning, as of recording of this video. They got a great selection here. They got the Whirly Bat, Batman 66 Batmobile, Peacemaker 3-pack, and a good selection of the Superpowers. I'm trying to think, Thomas Wayne, the Flash. I did see a Superman over here. Got Nightwing and Superman. I think I'm gonna go with the Robin. GameStop for the win. I've not seen, just love that render of Robin. So it's between Nightwing and Superman. I think I'm gonna go Superman. As much as I want that Nightwing, classic like 1996 Nightwing. And some other Batman 66 figures. We got Burt Ward, Robin, and the Adam West Batman. So if they're announcing something May, June, towards the summer, seems so far away, doesn't it? I'm going with Superman. So we're going to do this giveaway on Nostalgia Power this Saturday morning on the Bad Guy Mike Worley's channel. It's 10 a.m. Eastern time. I was trying to get the Eastern and the Central mixed up. It's 9 o'clock my time, which is Central, 10 o'clock Eastern. So definitely stop by. Can have one trivia question. Give away Superpowers Superman McFarlane. Shout out the back. $9.99. Got a really good selection here. We've seen a lot of these at Walmart, but GameStop carrying pretty much the best ones I've seen so far, to be honest with you. Look at this picture. This would look great. You know, I'm kind of disappointed with Hobby Lobby's stock they've had this year. Like, this is something that you would expect to see there. I haven't seen this one there. There is a Hobby Lobby close by, but I'm not going to stop there because there's nothing really new there. This picture right here kind of blows everything away that I've seen the last couple of times. This Blockbuster Rewind, the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 1990 movie. The Shredder, Casey Jones. You know, they collect them all. We're always saying that. The Batman. This is great. How much are these? This might be a good giveaway for Nostalgia Power. I mean, it doesn't get much more nostalgia than this. Ninja Turtles, Toy Story, Fantasia. So what cabinet do you think Arcade1up, new release, it's going to be a deluxe form factor, announces first? Their first one for 2024. There's going to be two, I'm trying to get this glare out of here, two good releases. and one so-so release, in my opinion. Okay, gentlemen, just reined this up. There wasn't a price on any of them, so if you do see these at GameStop, they're $11.99. You have a figure in here, but it's like the, you know, the VHS cassette tape case for a movie, the Blockbuster Rewind. I'm gonna go with Superman this time. I'm gonna keep my eye on these. Actually had hopes that we'd find him, and we did. Yeah, so we got Superman of a giveaway, Nostalgia Power, every Saturday morning. Got the first render of Wolverine here on the Incredible Hulk. Wolverine versus the Incredible Hulk pop figure. I think the first cabinet we see, it's gonna be a toss-up. And I'm gonna say both. I'm gonna go out on a line here. Smash TV, Robotron 2084, and Total Carnage. I always like to throw Total Carnage in there. And Alien versus Predator. And you know, you can shoot me down for saying that, but I'm telling you, we're gonna get both in 2024. Those are gonna be the two big titles that we will see from Arcade1up for a new release. Actually, a lot of people coming in. GameStop setting off car alarms. It was this very spot right here where I stood last summer and brought up the Golden Axe sale, $3.99. I just seen a post that GameStop was running that deal, and we have not seen Golden Axe. Look at this bus coming in. Busloads of people coming over shopping last minute here. The 11th hour, as I like to call it. We have not seen a sale on Golden Axe for $3.99 that low since GameStop had that deal, and I think it was last week we talked about it. Actually, a week from now, previous. They just turned off their alarm. And what happened the next day? We see a sale for $4.49. Up there it goes. Not the best deal, but it's a sale, and it was tempting. I was walked right in front of that cop. It's a waiting game with Arcade1up, and you saw the thumbnail with the deluxe. 11 deluxe total this year. They're all available along with other cabinets, riserless, peasants, right? Or with the riser. There's a little bit of a waiting game we're gonna have to play until May, June 2024. But this video is not about me announcing what I think we're gonna see in 2024 new release wise. It's about what Arcade1up, what their plan is. And their plan is they're gonna sell the deluxe cabinets that they made in 2023, the 11 of them. And it's a waiting game, like we just said at GameStop, that if you don't like the price now, if you think you hate the car now, wait till you drive it. Just wait, because it's a contest. Who's gonna budge first? Are we, the consumer, the buyer, gonna budge, or the seller? How bad do they want to sell these cabinets? How bad do we want these cabinets? And lo and behold, there's still the countercades. We were here just a couple of days ago on pretty much our weekly walk and talk that we do on the weekends that air Monday. Same Arcade1ups that were here then are here now. The two Class 81. So we saw 3 Ms. Pac-Mans tonight. This is the one Kohl's that actually has the most out of like the 5 that are in my area. There's 4 here. And this is along with, hey, we're pushing the My Arcades 200 plus Atari. And the Pac-Man light I'm advising you to pass on because it doesn't really get as blue as that. And right on the other side, they have all these DC figures. Target had the same ones. I didn't get it in the shot just because, but I want to show it here because let me just look at all these DC figures now. I think we paid $10.50 at GameStop for Superman. See how much they're sold, $9.99. Pretty much the same price, so you can get, this is the thing, okay. Kind of going off track here, but these are the kids. All of these, this isn't the collector, like, we're not going to collect these, right? As cool as the Flash looks, we're collecting those superpowers because that's what they looked like, the packaging at least, when we were kids. That's the difference. And that's why you don't see that kind of stuff here, right? That's why it's at GameStop. the real collectors. But Kohl's really stepping up their toys. You just think of all the countercades that people picked up this year. They've been sitting around, whether they remanufactured these. Actually, we'll find out. We'll look on the box. Okay, 2022. So they've been sitting around for a year, like most Arcade1ups have. They need to target, they need to sell a lot of, and I always say, like, there's so many Arcade1ups. They gotta sell some of these. They can't just keep making them. Because what are these stores supposed to do? You put them in here, you offer a deal, they're back at full price now. We saw these as low as $99, plus you're getting Kohl's cash. They bumped the price up, they're gonna sit here. These go back to 100. They won't be here the next time we come. Trying to find like a speaker on this. I want him to say, "I am Groot." I think you gotta put it on. But check this out. Just imagine, it happens. It's when they drop it, that's when we buy. And that's the whole thing, not just with these countercades, with these head-to-heads. Heck, even the My Arcades. All the 3/4 scale, they can offer some sales, but if they're not what we want, we're gonna play hardball. And what they wanted us to do is, well, we're not gonna announce anything until June. You get that itch, you want to put something together. I mean, I don't really look forward to putting together an Arcade1up, especially the older I get. I mean, you're pretty stiff the next day, all that bending around. But to get a new cabinet, like, there's a thrill there, there's a high. And that's what they're banking on. That's what they're trying to get. They want, hey, these guys want to buy. Just love this shirt. A couple of days ago it was $9.99. Now it's down $6.99. This is hard to pass on this. I can feel your presence. By the way, I'm wearing my new Marvel sweatshirt. I did pick this up with the last Kohl's cash I had the day before they dropped the price on Golden Axe. I might have did it just because of what I just said. Even though I just put together Galaga, who doesn't want Golden Axe? To have a sale, have something to put towards it, I basically would have got it for a little under that $3.99 that we did see at GameStop, and that would have made it worthwhile for me. But unfortunately, the Kohl's cash expired the day before that. And if you're worried that they're in trouble, I'm going to show you why they're not. Well, financially trouble. They're not in financially trouble. Get out of this car's way. They might be in trouble with us, meaning we're not getting a new release right away, like that kind of trouble, but not like they're going out of business. Because you knew we were coming here. I mean, what's a walk and talk without coming to Best Buy? And there's those CRTs again. And wow, look at all the Pac-Mans that were there was like 5 of them right here. They're all gone, all the deluxe. Here's their new deal. $4.54, so they went from $4.99 to $3.99, back to $4.99 to $4.24. Now it's $4.54. So this is the whole strategy. So just take Pac-Man for example. See what's over here in a second. They do have one Pac-Man left. They sold a lot of cabinets. There was a big buck hunter. We knew that the Wheel of Fortune casino cades weren't at this location. We are at the home Best Buy. They do have a Class 81 Pac-Man and an NFL Blitz, but there was the big buck hunter Pro. Can't remember offhand what else they had, but people obviously took advantage of some of these deals. There wasn't a deal on the big buck Pro that was sitting at $5.99, but it just goes to what we were saying, that, you know, if you have all these, you see big buck hunter, I mean, everyone's got Blitz. And what are they charging Blitz? Back up to $500. The Infinity game boards are gone. Not to mention that it's, you know, Christmas, but if we wait long enough, we're just going to give in, and that's what they're banking on. That's what they want. But when they do amazing deals like a $2.99 Street Fighter II Deluxe, they've already paid these licenses. Everything we're seeing here, every time they do a Pac-Man, it's 100% profit. They want to cash out. They make some new party cades. They make the Defender, They make the Ninja Turtles 2-player countercades, and they bring out an XL in a Class 81, or a Ms. Pac-Man, or Mortal Kombat, Street Fighter 2. You've already paid those licenses. They own this stuff. That is pure profit, and that's... There's a ghost in here. That's how Arcade1up is going to make money in 2024. They're not hurting. The only thing hurting are a lot of these retailers. I'm going to pick this up. There's boxes everywhere that have all this stock, all this inventory. And it's kind of a messy situation with the whole Fast and Furious thing, because so many people bought. I mean, you're seeing it at $5.99, but it's here in the store. That's the whole thing that I always say to like Walmart. You bring some of these cabinets in. Wheel of Fortune's casino cage is $4.99. People will be intrigued, enticed to pick these up, but just imagine next year getting a Mortal Kombat 2 or a MK1 XL, because you know it's coming. We've seen so many Mortal Kombat 2s. I kind of hope it is the Mortal Kombat 1, but we got to remember, you're not going to see Daniel Placida on the side. You have to add that graphic on, so there's always going to be a nitpick about that arcade. You know, if you're going to gamble, it's probably Mortal Kombat 2. I am hoping that this does not happen with the Galaga. I did notice that on my Class 81 that it did kind of bubble up here. I mean, this isn't bad, but it's enough to just kind of annoy the heck out of you, right? I mean, you can see it. And I'm wearing my gloves. It's freaking freezing. It's freaking freezing out, Mr. Bigglesworth. It's enough to annoy you. Let's see if this is plugged in. Our keys on. With me, take Shaq Champ for example, or the NBA Jam Deluxe, or Golden Axe. If they wait, you know, nothing comes out, do I get that itch 2 months from now and say, I'm just gonna give in? Possibly. You know, because, you know, FOMO gets the best out of us. Because it's probably gonna be 4 months. January, February, March, into April, until we see a new release. I mean, we may see an XL or 2 by then. But if you already have a Class 81, are you going to upgrade to a Class 81 XL? I mean, it just, you know, it just depends. But, you know, how long can you hold out for a guy like me wanting NBA Jam? 4 months is a long time to get a new release, and you can factor in financially, like, hey, you know what, I'm a little ahead, I can make this purchase, and that's what they're hoping for. So they're going to do these 24-hour sales, which we always talk about, especially from Best Buy. You'll see that, and you know, you take advantage of that, or you take advantage of the Kohl's cash, and that's how they're going to sell some of this inventory out. They're fine. They just gotta squeeze some stuff out, because why keep bringing us? There should be no reason NFL Blitz is still here. Absolutely no reason we still see NFL Blitz. They gotta sell a lot of this. Pretty much anything with a riser, you would have thought like this last year Black Friday would have been liquidated. Maybe they were saving it for 2024 to make that first quarter money. Actually, it's not a bad idea. You can see a lot of those deals happening in the next couple of weeks. And just to mention, this guy is noted in a lot of places. Like, he is really wanted. Like, definitely serious note here, guys. Keep your eyes out. Just reminds me of those old, like, you have 60 seconds. I almost tripped over this stack right here. Jeez Louise. You have 60 seconds to fill your carts up as much as you can at Toys R Us. Once Mike Worley, the bad guy Mike Worley, hits 1,000 subs, we're going to have a shopping giveaway just like this. Fill your carts up. I'm just kidding, but could you imagine? Like, look at this. It's the first thing I thought of when I saw this. Just nostalgia. Brings back those days being a kid watching Nickelodeon. Best Buy doing some clearing of their own, moving a lot of stuff around. It is a lot emptier. They still have a lot of TVs, but you know, you gotta figure a lot of people picked up. I mean, we're almost there, right? Same thing Arcade1up has to do 2024, sell some of this stuff, and then we'll get our new releases. It's being your worst enemy of buying something that you can wait, because we are gonna wait 3 to 4 months for a deal, and that's the challenge. And it's us versus them right now in terms of who's gonna come out ahead, us or them, with buying some of these. I'm gonna do my best to wait, but you know how that goes. I think that's like taking my own advice. I always say, like, take your own advice. Going into Best Buy, like, just seeing that, really putting it in perspective for me personally, that's exactly what's gonna happen. Is they have to sell a lot of these cabinets to bring new ones in, because retailers are like, we have enough. Like, we don't wanna do another $149 attack from Mars. You know, they wanna make something. But remember that every time Arcade1up, I almost said Best Buy, gets a Midway, a Capcom, or a Namco license, they own it. It's total profit. And if they want to have these great deals, you know, less than 2 months after it's released, they're still making money. And you got to keep that in mind. Don't let that freak you out like they're going under, we're screwed. There's a light at the end of the tunnel. I just said that the other night. Got a next video, it's going to be a review. Really excited to show this off. Followed by our next walk and talk, where I want to go into AtGames. I want to really talk FX Pinball. My thoughts on it kind of changed a little bit. We'll get into that. And I did find a blue Ms. Pac-Man, and I definitely want to check this out. I want to thank everybody for watching. I'll see you guys next time. The thing about AtGames is it reminds me a lot of Fast and Furious. And actually, Fast and Furious, it's another subject, I didn't mention it in Best Buy, kind of a little fiasco, and we'll get into that too. Maybe, I don't want to say anything too soon because it's still early, but I want to give it a couple more days. But a lot of people bought, and I don't know if, and I don't want to say a lot, but they might not have cabinets to cover all this. Like, all these orders, kind of like the KI thing, is it?